Every single year, thousands of African students leave their home countries full of dreams and ambition, seeking higher education in foreign lands. They chase knowledge, better opportunities, and a brighter future. But life, unpredictable as it is, can take unexpected turns. For many families back home, the thought of losing a loved one abroad is an unspoken fear. The financial and logistical nightmare of repatriation, funeral arrangements, and unplanned expenses can be devastating. And the harsh truth, many families cannot afford to bring their loved ones home. But there is something that you can do. A solution designed to protect African students and give their families peace of mind. Today, we sit down with Dr. Edwin Tsere from Diaspora Insurance to discuss the Student Shield Plan, a groundbreaking funeral insurance cover designed specifically for African students studying abroad. How does it work? Why is it so important? And most importantly, how can it save families from financial distress during their darkest moments? This is a conversation every African student and parent needs to hear. Stay with us as we unpack everything you need to know about the Student Shield Plan, because preparation is not just important, it is necessary. Thank you so much, Dr. Tsere from Diaspora Insurance.
Thank you. My pleasure, Kundai.
Yes.
And welcome.
Thank you so much. Maybe we can start with what Diaspora Insurance is all about, and then we talk about Diaspora Insurance Student Shield Plan.
Okay, thank you so much, Kundai. Diaspora Insurance is a multinational organization that is headquartered in Birmingham in the United Kingdom.
Right.
So it's a company that started way back 13 years ago, that is in 2012, and we'll be celebrating our 13th anniversary in April this year.
All right.
And we are regulated and authorized by the Financial Conduct Authority of the United Kingdom. And this speaks volumes about who we are as Diaspora Insurance, because for a company to be regulated in the financial hub of the world speaks volumes about who we are as an organization. And at the moment, we do cover 19 African nationalities living and working in the developed world. So we are talking of your United Kingdom, your Europe, your Canada, USA, Australia, New Zealand, Asia. And to date, I can safely say that we have paid in excess of $5 million to bereaved families worldwide. So, yeah. And our flagship product, you know, it's a unique product that we offer.
Okay.
But I'll go into the details later on.
All right.
The Diaspora Insurance Student Plan is a new baby on the block.
Okay.
It's one of the many products that we have under our portfolio. The flagship product that we have is the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. But when we identified a gap in the market, a need, especially for the African students living and studying abroad, we thought of closing that gap through the Diaspora Student Shield. So if I may go further, Kundai, the Diaspora Student Shield is a special and unique product that is designed to protect the African student from the 19 nationalities that I spoke about who are studying and living abroad in the countries that I mentioned. If someone is studying in UK, in Europe, in Asia, in New Zealand, Australia, Canada, USA, they qualify to be covered under our student shield. Whether you are studying for your first degree or you are studying for your masters, you qualify to be covered under the student shield.
All right. So, if I may ask on that as well, there are like the people who can qualify to be in that. Are their parents, are they supposed to be in the UK, or they can be anywhere in the world?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
The parents for the student or the guardians for the students can be anywhere in the world.
All right.
They can be anywhere.
Even
But
here in Zimbabwe.
even here in Zimbabwe, the parent can actually pay for their child who is studying in Malaysia, for their child who is studying in India, for their child who is studying in Poland, in the United Kingdom, in Canada, in Cyprus, in the USA, from wherever they are.
All right.
Because Kundai, this student shield cover is also a transnational cover. It's a global cover. So even when the student finishes their studies and they decide to relocate back home to Africa, they can still continue with that cover.
Oh.
Even better if they manage to get a job or employment in Europe, wherever they are after their studies, they can now have an option to aid their loved ones back home. So it is a versatile cover, it is a flexible cover, it is a cover that can actually give convenience to both parents and the student as well.
All right. Yeah, that is amazing. So you were explaining. I wanted to ask, like, what is it that inspired its creation, like for you to come up with this kind of a product?
The challenge that is faced by the African expatriate, for a start, the challenges that are faced by the African expatriates are the same challenge that are being faced by the African students studying abroad.
All right.
We have seen a lot of students dying abroad and becoming GoFundMe cases because the parents back home in Africa may not have enough resources to repatriate the remains of their child back to Africa for a decent burial. There are quite a number of cases. We have seen students who have committed suicide in Cyprus, students who have committed suicide in Malaysia, and there was a student who late last year who drowned in Germany.
Oh.
So the parents had no option but to ask, to beg for assistance from the public through the internet, through what we call GoFundMe. And sometimes it takes long before they put closure.
Yes.
Yeah, to what would have happened to their loved one.
Yeah.
So we thought it's important for us to provide that cover to the African student studying abroad, and we also give them that flexibility after their studies. They can aid their families, they can aid their parents back home, they can aid whoever. There will be no limit to the people that they can add to the policy. But for a start, the policy or the plan covers the student themselves. Yes. So that's what motivated us to come up with that plan. Because we have seen not only in Zimbabwe but in Africa as a whole. Yeah, we have seen students dying. Only some 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks back, there was actually a student from Nigeria. He was a family man, but he was in Europe furthering his studies. After 2 years of study, he passed on. And the family had no resources to repatriate the remains of their loved one back home to Nigeria. So this is where we come in as Diaspora Insurance with our student shield cover.
Yes. So how does it differ from the other products that are in the market?
Yes, Kundai, this is, like I said in my introduction, this is a very unique product.
Okay.
It's one of its kind. There's no other company that is offering this type of product.
All right.
The uniqueness comes in the sense that it's a worldwide cover. So wherever the student is, they are covered. Even when they travel back home for the semester breaks, they are still covered. Even if they decide to change from Poland to Canada, the same cover will protect them when they relocate to another country. So that is one unique point with the student shield. The other unique point, Kundai, is that the cover is in hard currency.
All right.
So when you are in Canada, you'll be covered in Canadian dollars.
All right.
So the covers are in what we call the G7 currencies, where you don't have to fear inflationary loss of value.
Yes.
Because you are protected in hard currency. If you are in the UK, you'll be protected, your cover is in pounds. If you are in Europe, you'll be it is in euros. If you are in Asia, it's US dollars. If you are US, it's US dollars. If you are in Australia, it's Australian dollar. New Zealand, it's New Zealand dollar. So the cover is in hard currency, where you don't have to worry about inflationary loss of value.
All right.
That's another unique point with this particular cover. The other unique aspect of the product is that it's it's on a guaranteed acceptance basis.
All right.
There are no medicals. For one to sign up for this plan. We don't even ask those intrusive questions about your health status.
Okay.
You apply, you pay your premium, we are good to go.
No, show me your records. No,
Nothing. It's on a guaranteed acceptance basis. So again, it brings that uniqueness to the cover. And in the event that something happens to our beloved student, we commit as Diaspora Insurance to pay the claim within 24 hours. But I can testify, Kundai, that I've seen we have paid claims within an hour. We have paid claims in 4 hours, in 2 hours. As long as the confirmation of death or the proof of death is submitted on time, we are good to pay. We actually have a track record. That's why even on Google reviews, we are rated 4.8.
Almost like perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
When it comes, our claims record is perfect.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. So does it only cover like in terms of death only, or it also cover things like injury and any other emergencies?
At the moment, the plan caters for what we call end-of-life expenses. Or if you want to call it death, but we call it end-of-life expenses. And you find with the translational citizen or the global citizen, in most cases, when it happens, the parents, they want their child to be buried, to be repatriated back home, to be buried home. So that in itself comes with a lot of expenses. Yeah, it costs not less than £5,000 for someone to be repatriated back from UK to the point of entry, like at KK International Airport in Zambia, to Jomo Kenyatta in Kenya, or RG Mugabe in Zimbabwe. You need not less than $5,000. But the plan, like I said, is also very flexible. If the parents are comfortable for the child to be buried abroad, it also caters for those expenses for someone. And it's very expensive to be buried in the UK, for example. You also need not less than 5,000 for you to be buried in the UK.
What?
And what I've also discovered with the UK burials, Kundai, is that even after burying your loved ones, on a monthly basis, you still pay some council fees for that particular grave.
It's like you are renting the space for life.
Yeah, for life. So you are renting that space for life. So that cost, it's costly to be buried abroad. So it's actually cheaper to be repatriated back home. So the flexibility that comes with the cash payout, you can be You can be repatriated, you can be buried abroad, or you can even decide to be cremated. We have now seen a lot of cases where Africans now prefer to be cremated. Yeah, and then they just repatriate the ashes, or they do whatever. Throw the ashes in a river,
or something like that.
or something like that.
And yeah, but you know, most Africans, especially who are here in Africa, I don't think many people would want that. They want to be repatriated to like get buried at a place where they know that our mother is buried here or our daughter is buried here.
Yeah, true, but it's changing. It's changing.
All right.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of cases where now cremation is the way to go.
So this plan, like it gives up to how much?
This plan, we have got 3 segments. The minimum cover is 5,000 pounds, euros, US dollars, Canadian or Australian or New Zealand dollars. And then we have the middle level of 7,500, and the maximum cover is 10,000. But looking at the pricing, Kundai, this plan is very, very, very much affordable.
Okay.
Because we are talking of less than the cost of a cup of cappuccino or a cup of hot chocolate. You can actually get yourself covered as a student, and you start enjoying that peace of mind. So I'm basically saying the minimum premium is about $3 US 43.
Oh.
Yeah, for a cover of 5,000.
All right.
And you start enjoying your peace of mind. For 10,000, I'm talking about $6.87.
Oh,
so you can actually cover yourself for the whole year
in one payment.
With one payment, because it's less than $100
for the whole year.
For the whole year. We are talking of $84, $85. You are covered for the whole year for 10,000.
Yeah, that is very, very affordable.
For $38, you are covered for 5,000 the whole year. So it's very, very much affordable for a student, because this is an amount that you can spend on a cup of cappuccino in Poland. In the UK, you can even buy a burger with that money. So it's just a matter of you forgoing that burger, and then you get yourself, you get yourself covered.
So can parents or guardians purchase this plan on behalf of students?
Definitely, Kundai, definitely. I would encourage parents, as part of the students' pocket money or even fees, they actually budget for that cover, to say to the pocket money that I'm sending my child in Cyprus, I'm adding $100, but $85 is going towards the student cover, or they can even pay direct to Diaspora Insurance. So yes, it's possible for the parents to take the cover on behalf of their child.
All right. All right. So so I think before we go, I just want to, maybe if there's something that you can say to people who are out there. I remember recently I went to Zambia. So I was doing a video, and I was with students at a certain university, and the students, they were like from different African countries. What can you say to people who are out there, who are going to these universities? What would you like to say to them?
What I would want to say to the African students traveling abroad, living and studying abroad, whether in Africa or outside Africa, because the definition of a diasporan is anyone living outside their country. That's a diasporan. So to these students, I want to say, there are only 2 things that happen to a human being when we are born. These 2 things, the first thing is old age. But old age is very beautiful because you see it coming. When you celebrate your birthday, when your relatives, your friends, your mom, your dad buy you presents on your birthday, you're actually celebrating your old age. So that is beautiful. But the other challenge is that is bound to happen to any one of us, irrespective of age, irrespective of status, irrespective of who you are. It's death. The tricky part about death, Kundai, is that you never know when it's going to happen.
You never know.
And my experience is that death has no respect for intellect. Death has no respect for status. Death has no respect for wealth. Death is I can say a pernicious reminder of our human mortality. It's coming to everyone, but we don't know when.
When exactly?
Even a prophet cannot tell you when you are dying.
Yes.
No matter how hard you pray. So it is important because there is this perception where young people think that they don't need insurance because they are still very young. There's no guarantee that you live until forever or until you get to 100, you become a centurion, or it can happen in the next 5 minutes. It can happen within a week. It can happen after 100 years.
Yes.
We never know. So the only thing that we can afford to do is to mitigate the challenges that come when it happens.
Yes.
Because we don't know, so we need to be prepared. So the student shield cover is one such mitigation that students can put in place to protect their lives, to make it easy for their loved ones should the worst happen when they are studying abroad.
Yes.
So I would want to leave that message to all students, African students, studying wherever, whether you're studying in Zambia, whether you're studying in Kenya, whether you're studying in Nigeria, whether you're studying in Egypt, or you're studying outside Africa. This is a product for you. You need to make sure that you guarantee yourself that peace of mind.
Yes.
You need to make it easy for your loved ones back home.
Yeah.
So those will be my parting words, Kundai. And please spread the word to other students out there. They need to be covered.
Thank you.
They need that protection. You need to bring dignity to your life in the event that something unforeseen. Yes, normally I don't want to use the word unforeseen because it's coming. It's coming.
It's not like it's something that nobody knows about.
Yeah, we all know about it. So it's not even unforeseen.